as we speak live, of course, we have breaking news, and that is the Robert Mueller press conference. Robert Mueller came in front of Department of Justice and said today, I'm resigning. And I do not think what has been said about my report is correct. And basically, the big headline in his report is if he wanted to say that the president didn't commit obstruction of justice, he would have said he did not commit obstruction of justice. And de facto basically is implying that there's more to come and that it was Congress's responsibility to make that decision and make a decision to impeach. What do y'all think about what happened today with Mueller?
When I woke up and I saw MSNBC, because you think I don't watch news, but I do, and I turned it on, immediately I saw like, oh, he's going to speak at 11. He's going to speak at 11. So I was so excited. I got my lube and my poppers. I was ready to go.
Wait, what?
Yes, I was like, finally, we're going to get somewhere.
You like to get off the Mueller
Yeah,
already.
I mean, he's kind of hot, square jaw. Anyway, so I was so excited for him to say, I am going to tell my truth in front of people, and he's a bastard, and he did this and this and this. So I was a little let down when it was time to come to our meeting at noon, because I kind of wanted him to say something more. He said it, but he's always between the lines, and it pisses me off that he doesn't go there.
I should tell America, we were going to show you a little bit of Mueller's press conference today, but we've kind of skipped over it because you'll have the ability, of course, to go onto YouTube or any of the news sites, and you'll see the full video. Any other thoughts about what Mueller said today?
I just can't believe that we live in a country, yet again, that will allow the person that is following up with anything that attacks Trump, shows why he's wrong, to just resign. We shouldn't even allow him to resign, quite frankly. He's been following this investigation for so long.
Support that.
I just don't understand. What world do we live in where this is what the reality is?
What kind of pressure must be on him from Trump's team that he feels he has to resign?
Yeah. They're probably threatening him immensely.
Yeah.
He's basically threatening the rest of the country, but we can get more into that with anything else we discuss that's Trump, because that's all of his actions and his tactics.
Right. Well, it's, I'm sorry, I started to cut you off. Something else? Okay. It's certainly big news and the breaking news for today. Second headline that we want to bring to your attention is about, it's kind of strange. We just talked about Mueller, and now we're going to talk about IML. Woo! And IML went on over the weekend in Chicago, big news that the first trans person of color becomes the winner of IML. Yes. And we're showing you a picture of him. His
Finally,
name is
some
Jack.
good trans news.
His name is Jack Thompson, and I understand from our production we're going to have him on the show shortly.
Good job, production. Cookies for you. Okay, so for those of you...
Wait, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So for those of you that don't know, IML is International Mr. Leather. As Al said, it takes place in Chicago. It was this past weekend. It's always over Memorial Day. And it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, leather events in the world. It is one that is used as a symbol, as looked up to, for what other leather events are going to be and what the community is going to do with leather as a whole. So the fact that they elected, or rather put forth, the first trans person of color to win the entire contest is revolutionary. Yeah. Right now, the leather community is up in arms on Facebook, everywhere else, supporting one side, supporting the other. This is our abortion issue. It's crazy.
It's big news. And when I heard on Tuesday, back from the Memorial holiday, in the production office that a person of color, trans person won IML, I was shocked because I thought they were making a joke. And I think it's fantastic.
Wait.
And of course... Okay.
I want to speak more on this because I am greatly involved in the leather community. And one of the things that has happened is a group that I'm a part of locally, the Minotaurs, used to have 30 people in it. And as soon as elections came up to decide if trans people could or could not be in our group, the group split entirely in half. It almost killed our group because this question is so divisive in the leather and fetish communities. I lost a lot of my brothers, not in life, but in this group, because they felt so strongly that trans communities, as in females to males, should be allowed in this community. But the thought is that if you're not sexually excited by other people that might not be passing or that you can't tell, Aaron, maybe you can help me out with how it's perceived in wording, but they don't want to be able to be at a play party. guys don't want to be at a play party if there are women there, even if they don't identify as women, or the reverse that feel the exact opposite way. It's crazy that we're even having this as a conversation because yes, it's sex, but it's making other people feel like they're not human. And for me, it's an easy answer. Yes, you allow trans people at your events, but it's not that easy for other people.
I get excited by you cashing your chip in first because it means that Napoleon can't speak anymore through this show, which is very exciting.
He says taking my chip time from me.
And second, it's very exciting to me because with having Jack Thompson on the show, it's something that we're going to be able to explore in a very interesting way, because I do think that there is odds in the two different communities and an opportunity for us to build a bridge and see what we learn.
And shout out to the 2010 winner who was also trans. He was the first trans winner of IML. His name is Tyler McCormick.
What year?
2010.
10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is the
very
first
good.
trans person of color.
All right. Continuing.
Daisy IML is Miss Continental for
leather people.
You're putting your chip in because
it's a pal.
I won
Not a
Miss
pageant.
Florida National with
Not
a
a
leather
pageant.
Harley Davidson bathing suit.
All right, very good. All right, continuing in headlines, the Prime Minister of England, Teresa May, resigns. She has basically, Brexit, ever heard of it? Britain is in a world of trouble, and the Prime Minister resigns over the decisions of confidence issues in her party and in the House. And one thing that I would add in terms of the news about Teresa May's resignation, she has decided she's going to stay until 2 days after the Trump visit. And Donald Trump is going to be visiting the UK. I'm sure we're going to talk a lot about it because there's going to be quite the protest movement in Britain and especially in
Do she
London.
and Trump have the same makeup artist?
Right. Yes, true. Same coloring. Next, we want to, in headlines, tell you an update about the first legal gay weddings in Asia. Last week, we reported to you that Taiwan had done marriage as legal in Taiwan, becoming the first country in Asia to recognize gay weddings. And let us show you a little follow-up of what happened this week in Taiwan. Watch this.
其实觉得这一路真的是还蛮久的，因为其实我们在一起就是12年多嘛。那其实每一年我们去同志游行，都会就是希望就是去推这个议题。
很久，还觉得很像做梦。
其实我就是一拿到就是马上很感动，对啊，因为就真的从来没有办法想象这件事情会发生在我们的身上，对，就是真的很激动，觉得台湾真的就是这些人就很重视人权啊，我觉得很棒。
Well, it's half a world away, but this is really big news. This is the first country in Asia, the largest continent in the world, the largest concentration of people on the planet, and this is the first country that has recognized gay marriage. We congratulate Taiwan, and we're very excited about what's going on there. Finally, in the news this week, we want to talk about the Supreme Court decision ruling against the Pennsylvania students on the trans bathrooms. The Supreme Court has decided specifically it will not rule or hear any further from the federal district court on the lawsuit that has been pursued by students in a Pennsylvania high school claiming that their rights were violated by having trans access bathrooms. The Supreme Court has sided basically with the federal district court and said the issue for them is resolved, and the fact of supporting the idea that gender equality in a bathroom is important in that school and in general. So the Supreme Court sides with the district court. What do y'all think about the Supreme Court's decision this week?
So the easy translation of that basically is trans students can still use the bathroom and be left alone for it, in theory, at least when it comes to a legal standpoint. Bullying is a major thing no matter what when it comes to school, but it's a major step because the school is saying that we're backing these kids no matter what other kids or other kids' parents have to say about it. And the Supreme Court basically said, we're tired of hearing about it. We're not weighing in. Let it be. And I can't wait until we hopefully have a national standard where we are protecting trans kids across the board, no matter what school you go to, no matter what state you happen to be born in.
Aaron, I'm curious, do you think the Supreme Court's decision of we're not hearing this, we're going with what the federal district said, is an indication of pro-trans rights at the Supreme Court level, or is that going too far?
That might be going too far. That might be a little too optimistic.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a double-edged sword because it's leaving it in the hands of the states to make their decisions. In this case, that's a good thing because the state had decided to allow trans students to have those rights. On the other hand, there are other states, as we all know, North Carolina, for example, where that's not the case. So if we keep leaving it up to the states, we are leaving children behind.
Yeah, okay. Well, big news, and of course why we include it in headlines.
Thanks so much for watching us. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook.